So what's up, my people? It's King Dubi right here again. Welcome back to the channel. So I'm making this video specifically for the dozens of questions, DMs I've been getting from lots of traders struggling out there asking me, King Dubi, can a trading strategy get expired? Can a strategy stop working that has been working for a long time and then gets expired and stop working and only gives you losses? So that's what I'm going to answer in this video. I'll answer you that, and I'm going to dive deep as to whether a strategy expires or not. Also, how to refine your strategy if you feel like it is expiring, and when is the right time to refine the strategy. All of this is going to be right in this video, so you need to stay to the end of this video. So I've been trading for 5 solid years, and there was one thing that kept me really struggling. It kept me stuck, and that was leaping from strategy to another. Because when I start trading one strategy, at some point I feel like maybe it's expired, maybe it's stopped working, maybe I should go to the next. And what happened? That was how I was able to do over 100 different strategies, and my life was almost ruined totally. After I stuck to one, I become profitable. So can a strategy actually expire? Now that I'm sticking to one, will my strategy one day stop working? So the grand simple answer is no, but I'm going to dive you into why it is a no. So first of all, you need to understand something. The reason I am profitable and you're not is because I understand that the markets are neutral. There is no right way to trade the market and there is no wrong way to trade the market. As a matter of fact, everything you call your strategy is a perspective that was created by somebody and passed on to you. Support and resistance, ICT, SMC, anything strategy or concept, whatever you want to call it, is just a perspective or perception about the market. Now, sometimes that perception will work, sometimes it won't work. Why? Because that perception doesn't actually describe the real true behavior of the market or where the market is always going to go. So, where the market is going to go, when it's going to move, and all of those things that you think you can attain if you get the Holy Grail strategy is not achievable. And no retail trader on earth have been able to achieve it except you're doing insider trading. And just so you know, insider trading is a crime. But with normal trading, you can never know where the price is going to. You cannot just know. So your strategy is your own perspective. And if this is the case, it means all the strategies you see flying around, that strategy have 100% win rate is a lie. That strategy have 80% win rate is a lie. Why is it a lie? Because no strategy can really tell where the market is going. So if all the strategy are graded in the same level as not being able to tell the trader what the market will do, but just gives the trader a direction and how he can reason, how the trader can have something to be disciplined for. You can have something that controls you, controls your emotion, something that tells you when to buy, when to sell, just keep you organized. That's the role of a strategy. So if it's this way, thinking that a strategy will expire is the same thing as thinking that there are strategies that can actually tell you where the market is going. So I need you to stop grading strategies like, oh, this strategy is better than this one is better than this. No, there's no strategy better than the other. As a matter of fact, when it comes to win rate can only be determined by your risk to reward for a trade. So a trader trading with a 1:2 RR will win more often than a trader that trades 1:5 or than the trader that trades 1:10. So your risk to reward is what takes care of how frequent you win and how frequent you lose and your returns. It's solely based on that. Now, when it comes to strategy itself, grading strategy, this is better than this, is a very rookie way to do things, okay? Because none is better than the other. However, some strategies will be easier for you to trade, like for your mental health, for your own psychology, for your own personality. It's going to be easy. Why some will not be easy for you to be easy for the others. So at the end of the day, it's based on what fits your psyche, not which is better. Now, in as much as we have accepted that none is better than the other, so ever thinking a strategy will expire is a very wrong way to see things, because in the first place, the strategy is not what makes you profitable. There are other things that make you profitable. The strategy is not what determines how long you win, how much you win. No, your risk to reward takes care of that. Your strategy does not determine whether you will be profitable or not. Your discipline in following the strategy and your consistency, regardless of wins and losses, is what determines if you will get profitable or not. So the idea of a strategy expiring is not a good way to see things, because anything works, any strategy works, everything, literally. If everything works, what you've been using for as long as possible will still keep working. Here is a big question. So, if a strategy cannot expire, why am I still losing back to back? There's so many other reasons why you can be losing back to back. Trust me, it's not my strategy is expired. Like, that is the least possible problem. One of the problems that could be making you lose back to back is this complicated strategy. So if your strategy is very complicated, it makes it harder to follow. Think about it. If you have to look out for confluence 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, as a human being, you forget some, or you make mistake in some. And sometimes some market conditions are just way harder to read. Now, because your strategy is already complicated with a terrible market structure, you would be in a long losing streak. So this can be a number one cause of your losing streak. Secondly, indiscipline. You are not following your strategy with discipline and consistency. Okay, so discipline is sticking to every rule the strategy brings. Remember, it has to be simple for you to be able to stick with everything. Secondly, can you stick with that strategy with discipline consistently, like following that rules over and over and over? Now, you'll be like, yes, I can. But can you, after losing 5 trades in a row, can you keep on doing that after losing 6 trades, 10 trades, 15 trades in a row? That's what makes you be in that category of you are a consistent trader. So are you doing this? If no, this can be why you are losing back to back. Thirdly, a discretionary strategy. Now, discretion in trading is not bad, but it's for advanced traders. Trust me, there will be a level you reach in trading where your intuition can tell you things. But at that level, before you get to that level, you would have to be able to learn to stick with rigid rules. Real discretion. Discretionary traders are advanced and not just trading from what their mind feels like. Just wake up in the chat and buy or sell because of how they feel or what they think, or from multiple things you've learned before. No, actually, no. Discretionary trading comes when your strategy is rule based. Definitely, you know what you're looking for every day, and you have your your playbook, your checklist. But you can tell when the market conditions aren't just right, when things are not clean. You can tell and stay out, which the beginner traders will feel like all my boxes are checked, so I need to get in. The advanced trader is looking at this chart. This chart is ranging. This chart, news is coming in the next 30 minutes. I might be thrown out. Okay, news just finished. Price might fill this gap. Price might do this. Little things he learns from experience. Now, the thing is that whether you get to that level or not, by following your rules, you'll still be profitable. Now, if you get to that level, you will just be more profitable. But even if you've not gotten to that level, you will still make money. You might be a break even or a slightly above break even, or even profitable, even if you're not adding those little experiences. But I learned something over the years, that discretion comes naturally. You don't need to force it. If you stay with one strategy long enough, you will just have some little discretions that you would not know what this is going on. But if somebody happens to be trading with you and learns your strategy, they will just figure out that you just know what's best at the right time. And they're following your strategy, they will not just be as profitable as you. So this is something you should not worry about. To come naturally, but starting from where you are as a struggling trader and starting to do discretionary stuff based on your intuition is the worst way to go in trading, and that's probably what's causing you your back-to-back losses. Fourthly, you don't do your homework. So what I mean by homework is, if you're the kind of guy that comes every day, trade, lose or win, then you're done for the day, you come back the next day, you do the same thing, you come back the third day, the fourth day, the fifth day, 1 week passed, 2 weeks passed, 1 month passed, you're doing the same thing. If you're asked, let me see your last week trades, you can't provide it because you don't screenshot it, you don't journal it, you don't review. If you don't do all those things, this is why you are losing, because you're not learning lessons. You're not getting a feedback from what you do. Everything you do is just for trading's sake. You just want to trade. And if you continue moving like that, come on, you will be a losing trader. Like, as you can see, my strategy is expired. Is not the case 99.9% of the time. Many things are the case. So another question that most people want to ask is, for those of you that are already profitable too watching me, now my strategy is perfect, I'm making payouts, everything is cool, will it expire after some years? Answer is big no. It won't. You keep milking the market long term, but you will have short term when things are very bad. Now, if you trade for a decade profitably, what happens is inside that decade you would see losing quarters of the year. You will have a year that is really, really, really bad, but that year will still end in profit if you stick your strategy like consistently from the beginning to the end. Now, all those seasons is what make traders think their strategy has stopped working. And you can see a trader that have been profitable for so many years, all of a sudden falls off because he has a long period of drought, a long period of failure in the market. When I mean failure, like things are not going his way. That's why risk management is like the top most important skill in your trading. There's the reason why you're told risk 1 to 2% per trade in your live capital. And there's the reason why most traders that are doing well are either having other businesses like content creating, selling a course, selling a mentorship, selling whatever, have softwares or have prop firms, have brokers, something that they attach. That's why you realize that they always have something doing. Why some others that do not like business have large capital, they are working with hedge funds or working with very big, trading floors that they manage large amount of money for investors. Now, why is this so? For the guys that manage large amount of money, yes, they don't have to be profitable every month to make good living, because when they are profitable in a month or in 3 months, and then the 2 months after are negative months, they have or already like they already have a huge chunk of money withdrawn from their trading, from their investors deal or whatever, and they have this money is enough to carry them even throughout the year. So they are just trading because they love to trade. So they are not depending on the returns. And so for the other traders that run other businesses, this helps them also think or also make money from other things that are more kind of safer and more consistent, more predictable than trading. Trading, you cannot know what's going to happen. The truth is that if you're doing everything consistently and profitably, you can be profitable for long term. Like let's say at the end of all the 10 years, you're still profitable. At the end of 5 years, 3 years, 1 year, 6 months, yes, you are profitable. But short term things can be very rough in some market conditions. And that's what tricks people to think their strategy is bad. So immediately your risk management skill is rubbish, is trash. You're risking too big, you will get burnt out and you will blow your capital. And that feeling of everything that stopped working will be intensified. But if you're risking 1% to 2%, your returns might not be outrageous. But trust me, in the bad times, your account is there, your mental health is there. And when the good times bless you again, there's money to still withdraw and come out of drawdown. So you see how the whole trading thing works. So your strategy, you shouldn't be thinking about your strategy expiring. You should be thinking about gathering more capital. So that once you withdraw, once you make profit, you are getting what is big enough to invest in other things, to have passive incomes and also other businesses. So you should never fear for the future. But then you are human and you have survival instincts. So there are people that are as curious as me, because me, regardless of me being told all these things, I knew these things, but somehow still be scared in, because it's easier to say a bad quarter is just a losing period, things will get better. It's easy to say, but imagine being in, if 3 months, which is a quarter, right, 3 months, and ending the 3 months in the negative, it hurts like mad. You would literally feel lost. Now the truth is, how do you overcome this? Back test. Have 500 watts number of trades statistics, up to like 1,500 to 1,000. Stack them up. Have lots and lots of statistics. While building the strategies, you build emotional resilience. You build stoicism when it comes to trading, and it will be easier to persist and be resilient in a trying time like this. And from my experience, once you have a very long losing period, remember, while following your rules and risking well, if the market tests you for this long and you don't fold, usually the next month that follows suit will be explosively profitable, because that's the reward for sticking through thick and thin. I've seen this countless times in the market. I've seen this in my back test. I also need to see it in your back test to believe that this is what trading actually. So if you are in your trading journey right now and you are stuck, you don't know how to tweak your strategy, you don't have an idea, like you're losing back to back, you're frustrated, you're confused, and you need physical assistance so that you can be able to come out of this problem, okay, you can message me, right? And there is help, there's assistance for you. That is what I do, help traders come out from their misery and hit consistent profitability. I've done this for the rest of the people you see on my screen, and yes, you can also do this. It's not rocket science. For almost working with me, you can achieve that and even more. So if you want to contact me, go to the description. The first link in the description will lead you to my Telegram. Just message me with mentorship, and I'm going to walk you through what you need to get, what you need to have, the fee involved to be part of the mentorship. Then we get to work together. I'll see you guys in the next video. Always know what to do, like, subscribe, so that you can always have valuable content like this to make your trading better. See you. Peace.